After Charles is officially crowned king, images of the historic day will take their place among the snapshots of history that are here in the Camera Press archive in London. To tell us more about who else is featured here, we're joined by owner and director Emma Blau.
We estimate to have over 12 million images in our archive. The royal who features the most would have to be Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, but we do have some images and quite a bit of material on her father, and even some material of her grandfather and her great-grandfather as well. This was an illustration from 1837, the year that Queen Victoria acceded the throne. So this was the official portrait that was illustrated for that. This would have been published in the same way that official portraiture is now, portrait photography is now published.
How have coronation portraits changed over the years?
The thing we have to remember that is between Edward VII and the Queen acceding the throne, there's actually only about just over 50 years. So the coronation portraits then, and we have to remember for Edward VII, it was the very early days of photography, in those 50 years there wasn't that much change. They're all very formal, posed. And whilst the Queen's coronation portrait is formal, and indeed Cecil Beaton, you can see the references in that shot to previous painted portraiture. I think this is one of the most iconic images of the Queen that has ever been taken. I mean, if you read his diaries, it's quite interesting. When it all finished, he didn't know. That's the thing. Nowadays with digital, you can see the images you're taking. He didn't know. And you can imagine the weight on your shoulders of shooting some film and not knowing, did you get the shot? He didn't know if he'd got the shot. And now it's just, you know, most likely one digital camera that will take everything. These that I pulled out were, this on the right is an Italian magazine, Grazia. This was their celebration of the coronation, their cover. And as you can see, it's a colorized image of this photograph that was taken by Baron, who was a friend of Prince Philip's and a big photographer of the royal family. And then this is a Dorothy Wilding portrait, official portrait that's been used there as well. So there's various covers and cards and all kinds of memorabilia from that time.
And how do you anticipate this coronation will be different?
My grandfather at Queen Elizabeth's coronation went to the streets and kind of photographed the run up to it. So all the crowds, people were sleeping out, they were camping. You just get a real sense of the excitement of everyone waiting for the procession to go past. Nowadays, you know, we'll obviously have photographers on the ground documenting the whole day and the whole event. But what's changed now is, of course, everyone has camera phones. So there'll be all of the public that were there will be taking their shots. So it will be interesting to see, particularly the crowds outside the Abbey. You know, will it be a sea of people with their phones? Probably, because they're going to be the ones on the ground getting those images.